Hey, what's good, YouTube? It's Raw again, y'all. I'm gonna make a video today. There's really no title for it yet. Maybe I'll come up with one later. But I'm not gonna be, you know, um, all over the place. I'm just gonna kind of discuss different topics and go into a little bit of detail on each of those topics. First off, like I said before in a previous video, the world teacher is already here. I don't know if it's he or she, but that person, that entity is breathing and walking around today. I don't know if that person knows who he or she is. Maybe they do. Maybe they've found their identity and things are in divine order and they're just waiting for that perfect moment in time. Well, time doesn't exist. Life is poetry in motion. That's all it is. Life is nature. There's no such thing as time. So it's waiting for that perfect moment to reveal itself. But the things I want to get into about this world leader is that person is going to be flawed like the rest of us. That person is not going to be perfect. That person is just going to be naturally enlightened to the point where it's going to wake a lot of people up the fast way, the easy way. That person's going to have all the natural gifts in order for the woke and the chosen ones to enhance their own. That person's going to inspire people, but like I said, that person's not going to be perfect. People are going to think that person is crazy. But you got to think about it. Before this next one comes, what did the previous incarnates of the ones that changed the world, how did people look at them when they first came to this planet? When Buddha came to this world, how did people look at him? Oh, some people say he went against the Vedas. Well, of course, if a person comes at a certain period, a certain age on this planet, they're going to have to go against the norm, because if you go with the norm, things are just going to stay the same. You're not going to progress. So you're going to have to go against previous teachings in order to start something new. Like I said before, this is Genesis unwritten. Where we're at now on this planet, in this age, it's a new Genesis. So it's up to us to make sure we do it the right way so we don't go back to where we've been. Like I said, we're not going backwards, we're going forward. We're not in the golden age to get back to the bronze age. We're in the golden age to get to the diamond age and, to go beyond that. We're not in the fifth dimension to go back to the first. It's not going to happen that way. This is pure elevation, and we're going forward. So that person is going to go against a lot of the teachings that even some of y'all that are, that claim to be woke, some of y'all that claim to be enlightened and that claim to be, some of the chosen ones, or those people that are really rooted in their spiritual beliefs. You're going to think this person is crazy. Lock this person up, kill this person. This person is speaking blasphemy. But that's not going to be the case, because every word that this person is going to speak is going to be beneficial to enhance your spirituality, your consciousness, and everything about you, and everything to push this age forward and go from the fifth dimension to the sixth and beyond, to keep increasing and elevating consciousness and so forth. So that person is going to be looked at as crazy. That person is going to be flawed, heavily flawed, but that person is going to be honest, and it's going to show us the way. Not us, but our spirits collectively, because this is a collective consciousness. This is a collective spirit. Yes, we are all connected, but we are not connected. We are individual aspects of the Almighty Spirit, which makes us one, but in actuality, we're pieces of that spirit individually, experiencing and living this life as an individual. So we are separate, but we are all connected, if that makes any sense. So don't look at this person as crazy. Really, don't look at this person as crazy. Yeah, what they speak and what they say, but look at what they do. You know, this person is going to go against the norm, and especially to the opposition, this person is it's going to be their antichrist, to put it bluntly and blatantly. This person is going to be their antichrist, the real antichrist, not the fake one that they're going to come up with, that they're going to play out. It's like Shakespeare wrote it. But no, when the real one comes, you'll know. So yeah, this person's going to be heavily flawed, just like me and you, because I'm heavily flawed. And I'm sure a lot of you are, especially those that are enlightened, they're on the spiritual awakening. We're not going through this at this specific moment in time just for nothing. But yeah, we're all going through it for some reason, but a lot of us are heavily flawed, but we're getting rid of that. We're getting rid of the ego self. That's what the dark night of the soul and Kundalini, your awakening, is all about. It's about filtering out and, releasing all of that negativity, the inner depths, the darkest parts of you, or the lightest parts. I don't want to say dark, because dark is good. But releasing that negative, every negative aspect of yourself, evil aspect of yourself that's been latched onto your spirit, is releasing all that so you can come to know the real you, your higher self. So that's what this entity is going to teach us. And I'll make a separate individual video about this entity in the future, but I just wanted to touch on that really quick. Secondly, many false prophets will come forward. And a lot of y'all are agents. Like I said, spiritual YouTubers, everybody really sounds like Malcolm X now. Everybody sounds like the new Tupac. Everybody speaks like DMX. Why is that? At this certain moment in time. It's never happened like this before. This didn't happen in the Crusades. This didn't happen. I think the last time we saw something like this was maybe the 60s. Like I said, that's when Dr. Blair said that the new souls were incarnating into this planet to bring more love and more peace and more spirituality naturally to this planet. Souls that they recognized, so they didn't know how to deal with that movement and the war and all that. So they had to do what they do in order to counteract that and suppress it, because they knew that once this time comes that we're in now, and the souls that are reincarnating and the first time incarnates that are coming in here, they're not going to have an answer for us. So many false prophets are going to come forward. What does that mean? That means spiritual YouTubers, a lot of you athletes, actors, politicians, whoever that come to, a lot of y'all been trained. And a lot of you are empty vessels, but a lot of y'all been trained and your families have been paid off. You're CIA trained in order to counteract the real world teacher that's coming, the real movement. So they're going to come with right information, but mislead you with it. They're going to misdirect you with the truth. What does that mean? That means that just like your Bible was written, there's a lot of truth in the Bible, meaning that they borrowed knowledge from other books, from other, spirituality teachings and belief systems from throughout the world, the ancient world. And they used it in a way to have you do everything the right way, but go through them. So you're going through the wrong entity. That's like, it's like working out. If you have a good diet and all that, it's very, very, very good. But if you're working out and eating cheeseburgers all day and all that, what is that really doing for you? So many false prophets will come forward to misdirect you with the truth. It's going to sound good. And they're going to reach a certain part of you as far as a certain aspect of, your spirit. And like, yeah, this is the truth. This person really knows. No, they don't, because they're paid off. So they're misdirecting you in a way that you don't even know you're being misdirected. So you got to wake up and recognize the truth. But the reason everybody's sounding like Malcolm X, etc., like I said, the souls that are reincarnating and that are incarnating for the first time in this age, it's like we're naturally woke. It's like we're way ahead of our time, and they knew this was going to happen. That's why Revelations was written about now. That's why the new age is coming. That's why every belief system around the world has talked about this very moment in time that we're in right now. And they knew it. I can feel it. I know who I am. I know who you are. But they knew it. This is all natural energy. And it's all coming from the natural sun energy in Nibiru. It's elevated consciousness. The sun is changing. The sun is not going to stay in its... No sun, no star stays in its original form. Just like we excel, just like we evolve consciously, spiritually, and all that, so does every single thing in this universe. So what does that mean? That means the more the sun evolves and gets more energy, orgone energy, magnetism, the higher we become in consciousness, the higher we become in spirit, the more things we can do. That's why you're seeing a lot of people ahead of their time right now. How many Wilt Chamberlains were there in the 60s? Not too many. There's Wilt Chamberlain, there's Bill Russell. Bob Cousy and them was all right. They're just dribbling the ball in circles. Put Bob Cousy in today's game, but put Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell in today's game. How many LeBron James, Antetokounmpos, Kobe Bryant's, Steph Curry's, you can go all down the line of how many great players there are in the NBA right now. Great players. Why is that? It's because we're evolving at a pace that they don't know how to control. So they're feeding us all this, unhealthy food. They're feeding us everything. It's at an all-time high right now. They didn't have fluoride in the water in the Dark Ages or whatever you want to call it. They didn't have all that stuff in the water. That started in World War II. Hitler was doing that in Germany to keep the people docile, to dumb down the pineal gland. But they're doing this all at a specific moment in time in order to try to stop what's happening, because they've done this to other places throughout the universe. And this is the last place that it's all going to go down at, period. They know it. Like I said, they can't go underground because the inner sun that we have in inner Earth is connected. It's nothing but a chakra. It's connected to the outer Earth. The outer sun that gives us energy, that gives plant life, everything else on this planet energy. And that, our sun, is getting energy from another sun, the Sirius star system. We call it Emayatolo. So it's getting, so they can't go underground. The inner sun is getting more energy. The ice caps are melting, not just from the sun, on the outside of our Earth, but due to the sun that's in inner Earth as well. That's getting more energy, and that's feeding our chakras. So when we go out into nature barefoot, we have to soak up that natural sun, inner sun energy, as well as the outer sun energy. When you put your bare foot to the ground, that's negative ions. What does that mean? Negative ions is what keeps you from getting sick. Period. So do that. But everybody is ahead of their time nowadays. You can see it. I look at children nowadays, I'm like, wow. I don't remember, I kind of remember how I was as a child, but not like, I look at these children like, wow, a lot of them sound like adults. Like, where are you getting this from? For those of us with spirits. Where are you getting this from? A lot of them, I'm like, wow, these little children are grown. And even, from teenagers to, I'm like, wow, these children are really ahead of their time. It's crazy. And they know it. So it's the natural sun energy. It's Nibiru. Nibiru is here. Like I said, the chemtrails are not just for us to breathe in. The aluminum, barium, the metals, the non-human T cells, and all the metals and the natural mercury, barium, and all the unnatural things that they're trying to put into our body. That's not just, those metal particles that are in the air. They're also used for weather control, and they're also used to refract sunlight and the natural sun energy that we're supposed to be getting downloads from. So that's going to reflect Nibiru and keep us from seeing it. That's going to try to not stop, but slow the downloads that are coming to this planet, that have been coming to this planet since we're in this major transition into the new Earth. That's what they're trying to slow down. So what does that mean? That means if we didn't have all the chemtrails and stuff in the water and the food, in the air, how much more downloads would we be getting? How fast would our DNA repair? And for us for the 10% of our brains that we use, how fast would that come back, and where would we be right now? Without them, we would have continued to elevate. Who knows where we would have been by now if they didn't hijack this planet and do what they did to it. As far as this, false spirituality and education, you can go down. Everything they do is a lie. So you can go down the line. If they weren't here, where would we be now? We'd probably be creating our own planets and things like that, while still being an incarnate as a human on this planet. We'd be doing things that we couldn't even fathom. Just like they lived to be 1,000 years way back when. What were they doing? They were building pyramids and moving stones without machinery. So where would we be without them? So with all that being said, I'm going to make a part 2 to this video. So with all that being said, the time is now to manifest, as far as, your emotions, your thoughts, things that are in your spirit. You can manifest those in your dreams. Don't manifest any, I don't want to say that, but the good dreams you have, they're going to show you things, as far as, you can call it prophecy or whatever, but they're going to show you things that are going to manifest into your reality. So you got to be able to recognize and filter out the real from the fake. But the time is now to manifest your reality, meaning things that you never thought were possible are going to be possible. They know it, but it's time for us to know. When you know yourself, you know thy enemy. You can read books and all that, and you know, I mean, yeah, that's a good way to learn about the past and all that. But like I said, the spirits and souls that are incarnating into this planet right now, it's all coming natural. All you have to do is meditate and look within, because the temple, I don't want to say church, temple is within you. God is within you. So all you have to do is meditate, sit still, close your eyes and breathe, and meditate on that. Um, and you'll get the answers. Yeah, it's good to read books and all that stuff. It's good to feed your brain. But I believe, my personal opinion is, because I've read books and I'm going to continue to read books and, seek knowledge in other ways, listen to lectures and all that. But the very best way is sit still, close your eyes, and listen to God, which means don't say a word and listen to yourself. Listen to what you're saying on the inside. That's how you're going to find all the answers that you need. But you're going to have to learn how to separate the distractions that are constantly attacking you all the time and differentiate between that and that, you know, your God self. You'll receive all the answers that way, trust me. So the time is now to manifest. Everything you want to manifest right now, is going to come to fruition. But you have to have the right intentions, the right spirit, the right energy in order to bring that forth into this reality, into fruition. So, and another thing is your diet has to be right. I'm going to make a video about that in the future. But in order to manifest and to get everything you want, you can't just snap your fingers and say, hey, come to me now. It's not going to happen that way. Your diet everything you consume has to be from the sun. Like I said, you never see, as humans, why do we, as gods, I want to say, why do we drink anything but our mother's milk? You don't see lions in the jungle drinking giraffe milk. It doesn't happen that way. So everything we consume should be natural and from the sun. That's directly good for us. Part 2 is going to come next.